What if I told you there are tiny points on your scalp that, when stimulated correctly, can wake up sleepy hair follicles, increase blood flow, and potentially accelerate hair regrowth, without drugs, without expensive treatments, and without complicated routines? In Japan, scalp acupressure has been used for decades as part of traditional wellness practices to improve circulation, reduce tension, and support healthier hair. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, why it works, and how you can start using these specific pressure points at home to support stronger, thicker hair. Hair loss rarely starts at the hair. It starts underneath the surface at the level of circulation, oxygen delivery, inflammation, and nerve signaling. Your hair follicles are living structures. They need a constant supply of oxygen, nutrients, and proper nerve stimulation. When circulation slows down, follicles become weak. When tension builds up in the scalp, blood flow becomes restricted. Over time, follicles shrink, the hair becomes thinner, and eventually stops growing altogether. One of the biggest hidden causes of poor circulation to the scalp is chronic tension. Many people carry tension in their forehead, temples, and the top of their head without realizing it. This tension compresses tiny blood vessels that feed the follicles. Imagine stepping on a garden hose. The water flow slows down. The same thing happens in your scalp. Reduced blood flow means reduced oxygen and reduced nutrients reaching your hair follicles. Japanese scalp acupressure focuses on releasing this tension and restoring proper circulation. It works by stimulating specific nerve points that trigger increased blood flow and relaxation in the scalp tissue. When you press these points, you're not just affecting the surface, you're influencing the nervous system, the vascular system, and the follicle environment itself. One of the most important pressure points is located right above your ears, in the soft depression about 1 inch above the top of the ear. This area is connected to circulation pathways that supply the sides of the scalp. Using your fingertips, apply firm but comfortable pressure. Hold for about 10 seconds. You may feel warmth, tingling, or a slight release of tension. This is a sign that circulation is improving. Another critical point is located at the base of the skull, where your neck meets your head. This area is often tight, especially if you sit for long periods or use screens frequently. Tight muscles here can restrict blood flow to the entire scalp. Press gently but firmly into this area using your thumbs. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds. This helps open circulation pathways that feed the top and back of your scalp. There is also an extremely powerful point at the top center of the head. This point is associated with relaxation and improved circulation throughout the scalp. Place your fingertips on the very top of your head and apply steady pressure. Hold for about 10 seconds. Many people feel a calming sensation when stimulating this point because it helps reduce nervous system stress. Stress is one of the biggest contributors to hair loss. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol causes blood vessels to constrict, which reduces circulation to non-essential areas like the scalp. It also pushes hair follicles into a resting phase, where they stop producing hair. Acupressure helps counteract this by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation system. This reduces cortisol and improves circulation. Another key pressure point is located at the temples. The temples are common areas of hair thinning, especially in men. Using your fingertips, apply circular pressure to the temples for about 10 seconds. This helps increase blood flow directly to the hairline region. Improved circulation in this area helps support follicle activity. One of the reasons Japanese scalp acupressure is so effective is because it addresses both circulation and nervous system balance at the same time. When nerves are overstimulated from stress, they constrict blood vessels. When you apply acupressure, you calm those nerves, allowing blood vessels to open and deliver nutrients to follicles. Hair follicles need oxygen, zinc, iron, biotin, and other nutrients to function properly. Even if you have enough nutrients in your body, they won't reach the follicles efficiently if circulation is poor. Acupressure helps ensure those nutrients are delivered where they are needed most. Another powerful effect of scalp acupressure is improved lymphatic flow. The lymphatic system helps remove waste products and inflammation from tissues. When waste builds up around follicles, it can interfere with hair growth. Gentle pressure helps move lymphatic fluid, reducing inflammation and creating a healthier environment for follicles. Inflammation is a silent enemy of hair growth. Chronic inflammation can damage follicles and prevent healthy growth. Acupressure helps reduce this inflammation by improving circulation and lymphatic drainage. Consistency is key. Performing scalp acupressure for just 5 minutes per day can make a noticeable difference over time. Hair growth is slow, so improvements typically appear gradually over weeks and months, but many people notice reduced tension and improved scalp comfort almost immediately. Another benefit is improved scalp flexibility. A tight scalp often has reduced circulation. When you regularly stimulate pressure points, the scalp becomes more flexible. This flexibility allows better blood flow and better follicle function. It's also important to use proper pressure. The pressure should be firm but not painful. Pain can trigger stress responses, which is the opposite of what you want. Gentle, steady pressure is most effective. Combining acupressure with proper nutrition makes the effects even stronger. Nutrients like zinc, iron, and protein provide the building blocks for hair, while acupressure helps deliver those nutrients to follicles. Sleep is another critical factor. Most hair repair and regeneration occurs during sleep. Acupressure before bed can improve relaxation and support better sleep quality, which further supports hair growth. Another powerful benefit is improved oxygen delivery. Oxygen is essential for cellular energy production. Hair follicles are highly active cells. They need energy to produce hair. Improved oxygen delivery supports this process. Many people focus only on external treatments, but internal circulation and nerve balance are equally important. Acupressure addresses these internal factors. It's also safe and natural. There are no chemicals, no medications, and no side effects when done properly. The key pressure points to focus on include above the ears, the temples, the base of the skull, and the top of the head. Stimulating these areas helps restore circulation and reduce tension. When circulation improves, follicles receive more oxygen and nutrients. This helps strengthen existing hair and support new growth. Hair regrowth is not instant. It requires patience and consistency. But supporting circulation and reducing tension creates the ideal environment for follicles to function properly. Your scalp is living tissue. When you improve its circulation and reduce stress, you improve the environment for hair growth. Start with just a few minutes per day. Over time, this simple practice can support healthier, stronger hair. Your hair follicles are not dead. In many cases, they are simply dormant. And when you restore proper circulation and reduce tension, you give those follicles the opportunity to become active again. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest. And Japanese scalp acupressure is one of those simple, natural tools that can help support healthier hair growth from the inside out. Most people think hair loss is purely a hormone problem. Others think it's genetic. Some believe once hair starts thinning, there's nothing you can do. But there's a powerful factor that almost no one talks about, and it may be the missing link behind why hair stops growing in the first place. That factor is circulation, specifically blood circulation to your scalp, and this is where Japanese scalp acupressure becomes incredibly important because it directly improves blood flow to your hair follicles, delivering oxygen and nutrients that are absolutely essential for faster, stronger hair regrowth. Your hair follicles are among the most metabolically active structures in your body. They are constantly dividing, producing, and pushing out new hair fibers. This process requires energy, it requires oxygen, it requires nutrients. Without these, hair follicles cannot function properly. They slow down, they weaken, and eventually they stop producing hair altogether. Think of your hair follicle like a factory. This factory needs electricity, raw materials, and workers to operate. Blood circulation provides all three. Blood delivers oxygen, which acts like electricity to power the cells. Blood delivers nutrients like zinc, iron, biotin, amino acids, and vitamins, which act as the raw materials. Blood also carries hormones and signaling molecules that regulate the hair growth cycle. When circulation is strong, the factory runs smoothly. Hair grows thicker, stronger, and healthier. But when circulation is weak, the factory slows down. Production drops. Hair becomes thinner. Growth becomes slower. Eventually, production can stop entirely. One of the most overlooked causes of poor circulation to the scalp is chronic scalp tension. Many people don't realize their scalp is tight. Stress, poor posture, screen use, and emotional tension all cause muscles in the scalp and neck to tighten. This tension compresses blood vessels. When blood vessels are compressed, less blood can reach the follicles. Imagine bending a straw. When the straw bends, less liquid can pass through. The same thing happens with your blood vessels. Reduced blood flow means reduced oxygen and reduced nutrient delivery. This is where Japanese scalp acupressure becomes so powerful. By stimulating specific pressure points, you relax the muscles surrounding blood vessels. When these muscles relax, the blood vessels open up. This allows more blood to flow freely to the scalp. When you apply firm, steady pressure to these points, you trigger something called vasodilation. Vasodilation means the widening of blood vessels. Wider blood vessels allow more blood to pass through. More blood flow means more oxygen and more nutrients reaching your follicles. This increased circulation can immediately improve the environment around your hair follicles. Many people feel warmth in the scalp after acupressure. That warmth is a sign of increased blood flow. It means oxygen and nutrients are reaching areas that may have been deprived. Oxygen is critical for hair growth. Hair follicle cells require oxygen to produce energy. This energy is produced inside structures called mitochondria. Mitochondria use oxygen to generate ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell. Without enough oxygen, ATP production drops. When energy drops, hair production slows. Acupressure helps increase oxygen delivery by improving blood flow. This allows mitochondria to function properly. When mitochondria have enough oxygen, they produce more energy. More energy allows follicles to produce stronger, thicker hair. Nutrients are equally important. Hair is made primarily of a protein called keratin. Keratin production requires amino acids, zinc, iron, and other nutrients. These nutrients travel through your bloodstream. If circulation is poor, these nutrients cannot reach your follicles efficiently. Even if you eat a healthy diet, poor circulation can prevent nutrients from reaching the follicles. This is a critical point. Many people take supplements but see little improvement because circulation remains limited. Acupressure helps solve this problem by improving blood delivery. When blood flow improves, nutrient delivery improves. This allows follicles to receive the materials they need to produce hair. Iron is especially important because it helps carry oxygen in the blood. Low iron delivery to follicles can reduce oxygen availability. Acupressure helps increase blood flow, which improves oxygen transport. Zinc is another critical nutrient. Zinc supports follicle repair, protein synthesis, and cell division. Improved circulation helps deliver zinc more effectively. Biotin supports keratin production. Better circulation helps ensure biotin reaches follicles. Protein provides the building blocks for hair. Improved blood flow helps deliver amino acids needed to build keratin. Another major benefit of improved circulation is waste removal. Your blood doesn't just deliver nutrients, it also removes waste products. Waste products can build up around follicles and interfere with growth. Poor circulation allows waste to accumulate. This creates a toxic environment around follicles. Acupressure improves circulation, helping remove these waste products. This creates a cleaner, healthier environment for hair growth. Improved circulation also supports the hair growth cycle. Hair grows in cycles consisting of growth, transition, and resting phases. Poor circulation can push follicles into the resting phase prematurely. This leads to hair shedding and reduced growth. Acupressure helps keep follicles in the growth phase longer by improving oxygen and nutrient supply. Another important factor is inflammation. Poor circulation can increase inflammation. Inflammation damages follicles and weakens hair production. Acupressure helps reduce inflammation by improving blood flow and lymphatic drainage. Better circulation helps remove inflammatory substances. Another powerful effect of acupressure is stimulation of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. Capillaries are responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients directly to follicles. Acupressure helps activate and open these capillaries. This increases the density and efficiency of nutrient delivery. Over time, improved circulation can help revive dormant follicles. Dormant follicles are not dead, they are inactive due to lack of proper stimulation and nourishment. When circulation improves, these follicles can reactivate. Another benefit is improved scalp temperature regulation. Healthy circulation maintains optimal scalp temperature. Proper temperature supports enzyme activity needed for hair growth. Acupressure also improves nerve stimulation. Nerves regulate blood vessel function. Stimulating pressure points activates nerves that control circulation. This helps improve blood flow automatically. Stress is one of the biggest causes of poor circulation. Stress activates the sympathetic nervous system. This causes blood vessels to constrict. Reduced blood flow affects follicles. Acupressure activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Many people notice immediate relaxation after acupressure. This relaxation improves blood flow. Another important benefit is improved scalp elasticity. A tight scalp restricts circulation. Acupressure helps loosen scalp tissue. This allows better blood movement. Over time, this improves follicle health. Improved circulation also strengthens existing hair. Stronger blood supply helps produce thicker hair shafts. Hair becomes more resilient and less prone to breakage. Another effect is improved sebaceous gland function. These glands produce natural oils that protect hair. Improved circulation supports healthy oil production. This improves scalp health. Acupressure also improves follicle anchoring strength. Strong circulation supports structures that hold hair in place. This reduces shedding. Consistency is essential. Regular stimulation helps maintain improved circulation. Even a few minutes per day can make a difference. The effects build over time. Improved circulation gradually strengthens follicles. Many people notice reduced shedding first. Then they notice thicker hair. Hair regrowth takes time because follicles must reactivate and produce new hair fibers. But improved circulation creates the conditions needed for this process. Acupressure is especially helpful for areas with reduced circulation, such as the temples and crown. These areas often have tighter tissue and reduced blood flow. Stimulating pressure points helps restore circulation. Another benefit is improved oxygen diffusion. Oxygen must move from blood vessels into follicle cells. Improved circulation increases oxygen availability. This supports energy production. Energy is essential for hair synthesis. Acupressure supports this energy production by improving oxygen delivery. Another important factor is improved microcirculation. Microcirculation refers to blood flow in tiny vessels. This is critical for follicle health. Acupressure enhances microcirculation. Better microcirculation improves nutrient delivery. Hair follicles depend on this. Improved circulation also supports stem cells in follicles. These stem cells are responsible for producing new hair. Better blood flow helps activate these stem cells. This supports regrowth. Acupressure also helps balance the scalp environment. A healthy scalp supports healthy follicles. Circulation is the foundation of scalp health. Without proper circulation, follicles weaken. With proper circulation, follicles thrive. Japanese scalp acupressure provides a direct way to improve circulation naturally. It supports oxygen delivery. It supports nutrient delivery. It supports waste removal. It supports follicle activation. It supports stronger, thicker hair growth. This simple practice helps restore one of the most critical factors in hair regrowth. Healthy blood circulation, one of the most overlooked causes of hair loss, is not a deficiency of vitamins, not genetics alone, and not even age. It's stress and scalp tension. These two factors silently work together to weaken hair follicles, reduce growth, and accelerate thinning. Japanese scalp acupressure directly targets both of these root causes by stimulating specific pressure points that help release scalp tension and lower stress hormones like cortisol, which can otherwise shrink follicles and slow or completely stop hair growth. To understand why this is so powerful, you first need to understand how stress affects your hair follicles. Your body is designed to respond to stress as a survival mechanism. When you experience stress, whether emotional stress, mental stress, or physical stress, your body activates something called the sympathetic nervous system. This is often called the fight or flight system. When this system activates, your body releases stress hormones, especially cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones prepare your body to deal with danger. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes. Blood flow is redirected away from areas considered non-essential for immediate survival, including your scalp. This is where the problem begins. Hair growth is not considered essential for survival. So when cortisol levels rise, your body reduces blood flow to the hair follicles. Reduced blood flow means reduced oxygen. Reduced oxygen means reduced energy production inside follicle cells. Reduced energy means reduced hair growth. But it gets worse. Cortisol doesn't just reduce circulation, it directly affects the hair growth cycle. Your hair grows in cycles that include a growth phase, a transition phase, and a resting phase. The growth phase is when your hair actively grows. The resting phase is when the follicle stops producing hair. High cortisol levels push hair follicles out of the growth phase and into the resting phase prematurely. This condition is known as telogen effluvium. When this happens, hair stops growing and begins to shed. Many people notice increased hair shedding during stressful periods. This is not a coincidence. It is a direct result of elevated cortisol levels disrupting the natural growth cycle. Another major effect of stress is scalp muscle tension. The scalp contains muscles and connective tissue that surround blood vessels. When you are stressed, these muscles tighten. This tightening compresses blood vessels. When blood vessels are compressed, circulation decreases. Reduced circulation means reduced oxygen and nutrient delivery. Over time, follicles become weaker. This tension can become chronic. Many people live with constant low-level stress for years. This keeps scalp muscles in a tightened state. This chronic tension creates a long-term restriction of blood flow. Hair follicles slowly shrink in response. This process is called follicle miniaturization. Miniaturized follicles produce thinner, weaker hair. Eventually, follicles may stop producing hair entirely. Japanese scalp acupressure works by reversing this process. It stimulates specific pressure points connected to nerve pathways that control muscle tension and stress responses. When you apply firm, steady pressure to these points, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the opposite of the fight or flight system. It is known as the rest and repair system. When the parasympathetic system activates, cortisol levels begin to decrease. Your heart rate slows. Muscles relax. Blood vessels open. Circulation improves. This shift creates the ideal environment for hair growth. One of the most important effects of acupressure is muscle relaxation. Tight scalp muscles loosen. This releases pressure on blood vessels. Once blood vessels are no longer compressed, circulation improves naturally. This increased circulation restores oxygen and nutrient delivery. Another powerful effect is reduced nerve overstimulation. Chronic stress keeps nerves in a hyperactive state. This hyperactivity causes blood vessels to remain constricted. Acupressure calms nerve activity. This allows blood vessels to relax and open. This improves blood flow automatically. Many people notice immediate relaxation when stimulating scalp pressure points. This relaxation is not just psychological, it is physiological. Your nervous system is shifting from stress mode into repair mode. This shift allows your body to focus on healing and regeneration, including hair growth. Another important factor is reduced inflammation. Stress increases inflammation throughout the body, including the scalp. Inflammation damages follicles and interferes with hair production. Acupressure helps reduce inflammation by improving circulation and calming the nervous system. Improved circulation helps remove inflammatory chemicals. This creates a healthier environment for follicles. Another major benefit is improved oxygen delivery. Stress reduces oxygen availability by constricting blood vessels. Acupressure restores oxygen delivery by improving circulation. Oxygen is essential for energy production inside follicle cells. More oxygen means more energy for hair production. Acupressure also helps normalize hormone balance. Chronic stress disrupts hormone regulation. High cortisol levels interfere with other hormones that support hair growth. Reducing cortisol helps restore hormonal balance. This supports healthier follicle function. Another important effect is improved scalp mobility. Stress causes the scalp to become tight and less flexible. Reduced flexibility restricts circulation. Acupressure helps loosen scalp tissue. This improves blood movement. Improved blood movement supports follicle health. Another powerful benefit is reduced microvascular constriction. Microvascular constriction refers to tightening of tiny blood vessels. This severely limits nutrient delivery. Acupressure helps open these tiny vessels. This improves nutrient supply. Another important effect is improved lymphatic drainage. Stress slows lymphatic flow. The lymphatic system removes waste and toxins. Poor lymphatic flow allows waste to accumulate. This interferes with follicle function. Acupressure stimulates lymphatic movement. This helps remove waste products. This creates a cleaner environment for follicles. Another major factor is improved nerve signaling. Nerves regulate follicle activity. Stress disrupts normal nerve signaling. Acupressure restores healthy nerve communication. This supports normal follicle function. Another powerful effect is reduced scalp rigidity. Chronic stress makes scalp tissue stiff. Stiff tissue restricts blood flow. Acupressure improves tissue flexibility. This improves circulation. Another important benefit is improved capillary activation. Capillaries deliver nutrients directly to follicles. Stress reduces capillary efficiency. Acupressure improves capillary function. This improves nutrient delivery. Another effect is improved mitochondrial function. Mitochondria require oxygen and nutrients to produce energy. Stress reduces mitochondrial efficiency. Acupressure improves oxygen delivery. This supports energy production. Energy is essential for hair growth. Another benefit is improved follicle recovery. Rest damages follicles. Acupressure helps support repair by improving circulation. This supports follicle regeneration. Another important factor is improved scalp temperature regulation. Stress reduces circulation, which affects temperature. Proper temperature supports enzyme activity needed for hair growth. Acupressure restores proper circulation. This supports optimal temperature. Another effect is reduced follicle dormancy. Stress pushes follicles into resting phase. Acupressure helps reactivate follicles by restoring circulation and reducing cortisol. This supports regrowth. Another benefit is improved nutrient absorption at follicle level. Improved circulation ensures nutrients reach follicles. This supports stronger hair production. Another important effect is improved hair shaft strength. Better circulation supports stronger keratin production. This produces thicker hair. Another powerful effect is improved relaxation throughout the entire body. This improves overall circulation. Better circulation supports hair growth. Another important benefit is reduced tension, headaches, and scalp discomfort. Reduced tension improves blood flow. This supports follicle health. Consistency is critical. Regular acupressure helps maintain low cortisol levels. This supports long-term follicle health. Even a few minutes daily can help shift your nervous system into repair mode. Over time, this creates lasting improvements. Hair follicles function best in a relaxed, well-nourished environment. Stress disrupts this environment. Acupressure restores it. This natural technique directly addresses one of the most powerful hidden causes of hair loss: chronic stress, and scalp tension. By reducing cortisol and relaxing scalp muscles, Japanese scalp acupressure helps restore the ideal conditions for stronger, healthier hair growth. One of the most overlooked reasons why hair follicles stop producing thick, healthy hair is not just poor nutrition or hormones. It's a buildup of waste, fluid stagnation, and weak nerve communication around the follicle itself. Your scalp is living tissue, and like all living tissue, it constantly produces waste products. These waste products must be removed efficiently. At the same time, your hair follicles rely on precise nerve signals to regulate when to grow, when to rest, and when to regenerate. Japanese scalp acupressure plays a powerful role in enhancing lymphatic drainage and improving nerve signaling, creating the ideal environment for dormant follicles to reactivate and produce thicker, stronger hair. To understand this, you first need to understand the lymphatic system. Most people are familiar with the blood circulatory system, but fewer people understand the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is responsible for removing waste, toxins, excess fluid, and inflammatory substances from your tissues. It acts like a cleanup system. Every second, your cells produce waste. Hair follicle cells are especially active, which means they produce a significant amount of metabolic waste. If this waste is not removed efficiently, it accumulates around the follicle. This buildup creates a toxic environment. When waste accumulates, it interferes with normal cellular function. Follicle cells cannot function efficiently in a toxic environment. Their energy production decreases. Their growth slows down. Hair becomes thinner and weaker. Over time, follicles may enter a dormant state. Dormant follicles are not dead. They are inactive because their environment is not healthy enough to support active growth. The lymphatic system is responsible for removing this waste. But unlike the blood circulatory system, the lymphatic system does not have a pump like the heart. It relies on movement, muscle activity, and physical stimulation to move lymph fluid. When lymphatic flow slows down, waste removal becomes inefficient. Fluid begins to stagnate, toxins accumulate, inflammation increases. This creates an unhealthy scalp environment. Japanese scalp acupressure helps solve this problem by stimulating lymphatic flow. When you apply pressure to specific points, you physically help move lymphatic fluid. This improves waste removal. This creates a cleaner environment for follicles. A clean environment allows follicles to function properly. Another major benefit of improved lymphatic drainage is reduced inflammation. Inflammation is one of the most damaging factors for hair follicles. Chronic inflammation damages follicle cells and interferes with their ability to produce hair. Inflammatory substances accumulate when lymphatic flow is poor. Acupressure helps remove these substances. This reduces inflammation. Reduced inflammation helps protect follicles. This allows follicles to recover and function normally. Another important effect of lymphatic stimulation is reduced fluid pressure around follicles. When fluid accumulates, it creates pressure. This pressure can compress follicles. Compressed follicles receive less blood flow. Reduced blood flow reduces oxygen and nutrient delivery. Acupressure helps move excess fluid away. This relieves pressure. This improves circulation. Improved circulation supports follicle function. Another powerful effect of Japanese scalp acupressure is improved nerve signaling. Your hair follicles are connected to a network of nerves. These nerves play a critical role in regulating hair growth. Nerves send signals that control follicle activity. These signals tell follicles when to grow. They also regulate blood vessel dilation. Healthy nerve function supports healthy hair growth. But chronic stress, tension, and poor circulation can disrupt nerve signaling. When nerve signaling becomes weak or disrupted, follicles receive fewer growth signals. This can push follicles into dormancy. Acupressure stimulates nerve endings in the scalp. This stimulation activates nerve pathways. This improves communication between nerves and follicles. Improved nerve signaling helps reactivate dormant follicles. This supports regrowth. Another important effect is improved neurovascular coordination. This refers to the relationship between nerves and blood vessels. Nerves control blood vessel dilation. When nerves function properly, they signal blood vessels to open. This improves circulation. Acupressure improves nerve function. This helps restore proper blood vessel regulation. This improves nutrient delivery. Another powerful benefit is activation of mechanoreceptors. Mechanoreceptors are specialized nerve endings that respond to pressure. When stimulated, they send signals to the brain. These signals trigger physiological responses. One of these responses is improved circulation. Another response is redo. CD stress hormone release. Another response is improved tissue repair. Acupressure activates these mechanoreceptors. This helps stimulate hair-supporting processes. Another important effect is improved stem cell activation. Hair follicles contain stem cells that are responsible for producing new hair. These stem cells can become inactive. Poor circulation, inflammation, and toxic buildup contribute to stem cell inactivity. Acupressure improves the follicle environment. This helps reactivate stem cells. Active stem cells produce new hair. Another benefit is improved interstitial fluid movement. Interstitial fluid surrounds cells. This fluid must move properly to allow nutrient delivery and waste removal. Poor fluid movement interferes with cell function. Acupressure improves fluid movement. This supports follicle health. Another powerful effect is improved oxygen diffusion. Oxygen must move efficiently from blood vessels into follicle cells. Waste buildup interferes with oxygen diffusion. Acupressure improves waste removal. This improves oxygen availability. Another important effect is improved cellular communication. Cells communicate using chemical signals. Waste buildup interferes with this communication. Acupressure helps restore normal signaling. This supports healthy follicle activity. Another benefit is improved tissue regeneration. Healthy tissue regenerates more efficiently. Waste buildup interferes with regeneration. Acupressure supports tissue repair. Another powerful effect is reduced fibrosis. Fibrosis refers to stiffening of tissue. Fibrosis restricts circulation. This damages follicles. Acupressure helps maintain tissue flexibility. This supports healthy circulation. Another important factor is improved immune system balance. The immune system interacts with follicles. Chronic inflammation disrupts immune balance. Acupressure helps reduce inflammatory signals. This supports follicle protection. Another major benefit is improved follicle anchoring strength. Healthy follicles remain firmly anchored. Inflammation weakens anchoring structures. Acupressure supports tissue health. This strengthens follicle anchoring. Another important effect is improved scalp elasticity. Elastic tissue supports better circulation. Rigid tissue restricts circulation. Acupressure improves flexibility. Another powerful effect is improved capillary exchange efficiency. Capillaries exchange oxygen and nutrients. Waste buildup interferes with this exchange. Acupressure improves exchange efficiency. Another important benefit is improved metabolic efficiency inside follicle cells. Healthy cells produce hair efficiently. Acupressure improves the cellular environment. This supports metabolism. Another major effect is improved relaxation response. Relaxation improves circulation and nerve balance. This supports follicle health. Another powerful benefit is improved follicle responsiveness. Dormant follicles can become active when conditions improve. Acupressure improves these conditions. Another important effect is improved detoxification at the tissue level. This supports follicle recovery. Another benefit is improved scalp health overall. Healthy scalp supports healthy hair. Another powerful effect is improved long-term follicle survival. Follicles function longer in a healthy environment. Consistency is critical. Regular stimulation helps maintain lymphatic flow and nerve function. Over time, this creates lasting improvements. Dormant follicles can become active again when their environment improves. Japanese scalp acupressure provides a natural way to enhance lymphatic drainage and nerve signaling. This creates the ideal conditions for stronger, thicker, healthier hair growth. By improving waste removal, reducing inflammation, and restoring nerve communication, this simple technique helps unlock the full growth potential of your hair follicles.